The excavation changes are something that's happened kind of slowly over the past few months, and I haven't mentioned it because I was waiting for it to be finished. As stated in, I think it was Remote Observer 24, I'm going to take the leap and hope this was the last of the major changes to it and the new excavation changes are kind of completed. Because the way they work now is the way it should always have worked. It works so much better than it once did. The way it now works are the power cells. Once you collect enough, sometimes it'll get to 100% and then it would start coming down because it's got 100% power, but there might be 9 seconds left, and you have wasted the precious power cells powering this thing. Now, however, it has a fixed power level, and once it hits full, any power cells you happen to be carrying at the time of doing excavation missions will only be used by the actual excavator if it starts taking damage. It can be used to restore the shields of the excavator, so if it's under heavy attack, you can have the squad running around with them and they can come in slowly because it seems to completely fill the shields on these things. This makes it way better than it was, because finding the power cells, sometimes there's not enough, sometimes you've got two that are close together and you're kind of wasting them all on one because you're trying to keep the power up, and as long as you're carrying one, it will always just take it from you. Even if there was seconds left, it still takes it off you, whereas now, as long as it has full shields, it won't do this. So the power cells themselves will last way longer than they once did, just simply because the machines aren't wasting them. You can only put in so much for power, which if you've got a decent frost there is great, because obviously it's not going to be taking as much damage depending on the size of their snow globe. If it's too big, they'll get in and start doing damage while shooting it. If it's just big enough, you can actually protect these things way better, and once they're full, you'll just leave power cells everywhere, so you can be carrying one and have a decent secondary, and basically excavation missions have just become way easier. I actually did one on Venus to kind of test this new system out, and went way longer than expected because it seems way easier than it once was. And excavation missions on higher level can be a pain because they can take those things down in seconds. This way, you can actually use the power cells to restore the shields. It's not really solved. There is still other tactics that need to be taken into account, like a frost, maybe a slow nova to try and slow them down so they don't get to it as quickly. There's lots of different tactics for doing excavation missions, but to have a fixed power amount, so it will only take so many to fill it, it really did make a much bigger difference than I personally thought that it would. And seeing this change was huge. Missions are so much better than they were before. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.